Hello, my name's Liz Elam, and I'd like to welcome you to Abbey College Manchester's new accommodation and college update. I think the first photograph that you're going to see is of me. Here I am, and I'm principal of the college and have been so for the last 20 years. And my assistant principal, Chris Randell, is going to be co-hosting this webinar today. He's in charge of all areas about boarding and pastoral. I also want to introduce you to Lizzie Terry, who's head of senior boarding and will be running the new boarding house. So I'm going to hand over to Chris now, and he's going to go through Clydesdale House. And then after that, I'm going to look at some college course news, UCAS offers, last year's destinations, and a little bit about COVID-19 and reopening of the college. So over to Chris. Thank you.
Thanks, Liz. Okay, so I'm going to give you a brief overview of our new accommodation here in Manchester, and it's called Clydesdale House, and there are a few pictures there of the outside of one of the kitchens, a little shot of one of the bedrooms. So why change? The main motivation for changing was this new boarding house. It's right in the centre of Manchester. It's much closer to the college building, and the facilities are such that the offer will improve, and more importantly, we can improve our cooking offer, which obviously, given the boarders are here for so many months of the year, they're eating potentially 21 meals a week with us. We thought the food was really important, and I'll talk more about exactly what the new facilities look like after you've had a tour. So there's a little tour coming up. This is Mark Arrowsmith, who's our head of accommodation, who's on this fantastic tour.
Okay, so we're here at Clydesdale House, which is in the centre of Manchester, in the northern quarter. So you can see just at the end of that street there is Manchester Arndale Shopping Centre. So we are right in the heart of Manchester city centre. Clydesdale House is over 4 floors, and Abbey College has got the 3rd, 4th and half of the 2nd floor. So we're going to walk into the building now, into the main reception. And joining us on the tour is Tom, who is the site manager. Hiya. So this is the main reception. So each student will have their own post box for their flat, and there's an office at the end which is supervised 24/7. In here is the common room. So this is a communal space which everybody in the building can use, but each flat does have their own private common space as well, which we'll be able to see shortly. And there is a bike store through here as well. So if any students want to cycle to college, they can store the bike in here. Through this door is the laundry room. So there are 8 washers and dryers, and the use of these is free, so it's all included in the cost of your accommodation. Back out into the main reception. We use a fob to get into the lift area. And we'll jump into the lift up to the 4th floor. So each floor is split into 2 halves, and there will be fob access on each door, so only our students can access the rooms and the kitchen and the communal area. So into the kitchen. This is a kitchen which will be shared by up to 10 students at a time. So there's 2 fridges, 2 cookers, 2 sinks, 2 microwaves, 2 of everything. Obviously all our students have the meals cooked for them by our chef, but they will have access to use the kitchen in between meals as well to make snacks and drinks. So this is a standard room. So each room will have a desk, a 3/4 size bed with storage. There's also underbed storage and a large wardrobe. And some really nice views out the window over Manchester. And in here is the ensuite bathroom. So again, the students will have their own toilet, shower and sink. These are one of the large deluxe rooms. So they have a bigger floor space and windows that go all the way around 2 walls. That's the same facilities, a large wardrobe, storage over the bed, 3/4 size bed, and a desk. And then an ensuite bathroom, the shower, toilet and sink. And then each floor also has a communal space which can be shared again by the same 10 people who share the kitchen. So in here they've got a large TV to use, corner sofa, coffee table, and then a dining table here which you can use for eating, studying, and just any other general socialising. The TV is a smart TV, so they can attach the laptops to it. So if they wanted to do watch some films together or do some work together, they can plug the laptop in. And that's that. That's everything for Clydesdale House. We do also have large suites and standard suites available, but at the moment they're occupied, so we can't show you them. But as soon as they are, we'll get another video filmed so you can have a look. At the moment they are on the website though.
Excellent, thank you, Mark. So I'm sure you enjoyed getting a first glimpse inside the building. As you can see from this map, it is only half a mile walk from the college building. It takes about 8 minutes. Might take some of the students a little bit longer because it goes right through the shopping centre, and some of them might be tempted to stop for a coffee or a bit of shopping on the way, but it's a much safer walk than the current building. They only have one road to cross, and it's just going to make things so much easier for the students living with us here in Manchester. Okay, as we can see, so the new accommodation, as we say, it's only a 6 to 10 minute walk in an area of Manchester which is called the Northern Quarter. It's a really cool area. There's lots of nice shops, cafes, restaurants, and I'm sure the students will enjoy exploring their new areas when they've got a bit of time, hopefully in the post-COVID world. As per the current boarding is only available for students who are over 16, and they have to be over 16 at the beginning of the academic year. So it doesn't matter if they turn 16 during the year, they need to be 16 by the 1st of September in order to board with us. If they're under 16, they can stay with a host family. We do have lots of host families. As I'm sure you saw on the video, the kitchens are fantastic, and that's one of the big changes. I kind of briefly mentioned before. Basically, the new offer means we're going to be able to offer meat We're going to be able to cook meat. Lots of the boys and girls we have with us at the moment, they say they really miss eating meat. Because of health and safety, we can't currently cook it in our current residence, but in Clydesdale House we'll be able to cook meat. And Esther, our fantastic chef, has already started working on menus for next year. She's very excited about the change, as are the students we've spoken to about it. And again, these menus that were the menus that she's putting together, we will change, we will evolve them over time. She's very open to feedback. We'll see what works, we'll see what needs work, and we'll do what we can. So obviously there's high-speed internet connection, 24-hour security. The students will have passes, and only Abbey students will be able to get into Abbey areas. There are non-Abbey students on the ground or on floor 1 and on floor 2. And then we've also got part of floor 2 and floor 3 and 4. And fantastic news, there is a cycle storage which you saw on the ground floor, and that's included in the cost, as is the laundry, which is great. So the accommodation is slightly different. It's no longer in flats. So we've got clusters. You'll see a map a little bit later on. So the clusters are on each side of the central kind of lift shaft area and kitchen area. And so it'll be boys in a cluster and girls in a cluster. And there are different types of rooms available. You saw some in the video, and we'll have a little look in a minute at the different prices. And we're also going to have live-in house parents, which is great. So we'll have 2 people who live in, and there'll always be an Abbey member of staff there on duty alongside security staff in the evening. And because we're having these live-in staff, we will be able to offer more trips and activities at the weekends and in the evenings. Obviously, there will be a curfew, as there is now, because the students, they are here to work, they are here to do A-levels or IFP or combined studies, and not here to party. And we will also do the cleaning of their bathrooms, and the communal areas will be cleaned by the Clydesdale staff. So there are 3 types of room. There is the standard, the deluxe, and the premium. Most rooms are the standard rooms. They've got a 3/4 size bed, a work area. They've each got their own ensuite bathroom, which is really nice. The deluxe, a lot of them are on corners, and they are slightly bigger. They've got more windows. And then the premium, there aren't very many premium rooms, and they're almost like a little studio flat. So there we go. 2 clusters. That's a plan of one of the floors. 2 clusters. So the line is kind of there. I don't know if you can see the mouse moving across. You've got a cluster up here and a cluster down here, and it'll be boys and girls in separate clusters. So the benefits then, so improved support with having live-in house parents. It means the pastoral support we can offer is improved. The programme activities will increase in scope, will improve, because Lizzie Terry, who is our head of boarding, she will remain, and she will be able to offer a further level of support, which she currently does, but she will be a second person who will be able to be there alongside our cook, who's also a fantastic pastoral support, and the students really enjoy spending time with her as well. So in the evenings there will be 3 different people there who the students can talk to and spend time with. On the ground floor there is also a breakout area which we are hoping we'll be able to use. We're hoping to be able to use it for homework sessions, twilight sessions in the evenings. Universities come and talk to us. We're hoping to have some quizzes and things going on down in this breakout area. Obviously the location, as we've said, right in the centre of Manchester, in the northern quarter, much closer to everything going on in Manchester, much closer to the shops, and more importantly, much closer to the college building. And then the improved catering facility, as I've already mentioned, we'll be able to cook meat, and also the students have a much bigger kitchen that they can cook in as well, because whilst we are providing all of the foods, we do understand that sometimes the students will want to cook their own food, and that's absolutely fine. They have these fantastic kitchens that they will be able to cook in. They've got 2 huge fridge freezers, as you saw, 2 cookers, 2 hobs, 2 of everything. So the fees then, so the standard ensuite room, so as I said, most of the rooms are the standard, that's 13,900 a year. The deluxe is 14,900 and the premium is 16,500. The premium and the deluxe are on first come, first serve because there aren't very many of them. Most students will be in the standard. For those, as it says at the bottom, those who are doing the academic studies with sport, they have the standard room because obviously it's a package price. And that's all on boarding. So I'm going to pass you over to Liz, who is going to talk a little bit about college updates.
Thank you very much, Chris. I think you'll agree it looks like a lovely and super new accommodation, and the feedback we've had so far from the students who are returning in September is that they love it. So that has to say it all, doesn't it? So I'm going to give you a few brief college updates now, as it might be appropriate for you to know what we're up to at the moment, a few new things and how we're proceeding towards the new academic year. So first of all, International Foundation programme. So we've actually started to run alongside our International Foundation academic studies with sport, with basketball or with football, the actual IFP sports strands, the academic strands that can run alongside that. So you can do 3 or 6 modules on the programme. We've started this programme with 5 students, and so from September we can take people on the 1-year course, and that would lead to various courses at universities including UCLan, Plymouth and Keele, who are accepting the programme so far. We've also grown our number of International Foundation medicine universities. So we now included Brunel and Buckingham to the list, along with Aston, St George's and UCLan. A little bit more about the academic studies with sport. On the left-hand side, you can see the Manchester Giants basketball arena, their court there, and that is actually in East Manchester, and that is with Manchester Giants basketball, and our first student has now enrolled in the programme. It's very exciting, and you know, I'd urge you to, for any student who's interested in basketball, to have a think about this course, because that can be run alongside GCSEs, A-levels or foundation. The football goes from strength to strength. We've currently got 27 students on the programme, and again that course can run alongside the GCSEs, the A-levels or the International Foundation. And for both students, if they want to pursue a career in sport or sport related, even sport therapy, sport physio, nutrition, then they can do the sports strand along with, say, biology or business on the International Foundation programme. Talking about university, the next slide, I just want to mention a little bit about destinations and a UCAS update. The picture for universities has been a little bit different this year because of what happened last summer. So it has been particularly tough to get into some courses, including medicine, and some universities, including Manchester, have been a lot more frugal with their offers. However, we have got a fantastic range of Russell Group universities that have accepted our students for both foundation and for A-level. And I think you're going to feel that the list is exceptionally good with Liverpool, with King's College, with Sheffield, with Nottingham, with York, Leeds, Liverpool, you know, a real good range of universities that are accepting our students. Obviously, this year has been very different to any other, including sort of the latter end of last academic year. So we opened in September, the college, and we ran that very successfully, teaching both face-to-face and remote lessons, and a combination of what we call mixed economy lessons, where students who are in the classroom have students dialing in as well. We then went into another lockdown. We ran the college remotely, and we've reopened a phased opening as we move towards Easter. And this week we're welcoming all the students back into the college. And after Easter, all the students will be back in the college. And I really want to thank the students for their support in the testing regime and being very sensible about the way they have handled coming back to the college. And that's a testament to them. And the staff who've worked so hard to make sure that no education has been missed and that everything has been done to the best possible standard. This summer, GCSEs and A-levels will be teacher assessed grades. This means that the students will be assessed by the teachers on the evidence that we have on them. And that evidence will be based on some of the work they've done so far in assessments, but largely on the mini assessments we're going to be running over the 8 weeks after Easter. They've been carefully designed to ensure that students are going to be able to maximise their attainment, but they will still be awarded against grade descriptors provided by the exam board. So the exam results should be in line with previous years and all grades will be awarded. So there will be a policy produced in terms of this, which will be coming out shortly after Easter, and all the students have been sent communications about this. So I know that there will be other webinars you can join about other topics, more detail on sport, for example, more detail on our enrichment, more detail on medicine. And we do hope will join us, and hope that you have found this helpful and that the new accommodation will be useful for students thinking they'd like to join our Abbey College family in Manchester. Thank you.